Welcome back to another episode of Level Up Your Game. I'm Rip, and I'm here as always with True and MYK from IamTekken.com. And today we're joined by none other than one of the best Lei players in the country, Suiken. It's been a while since we've been with you guys. We had to change the venue. Some other stuff was going on in our lives. We've had a lot of tournaments. MLG last year, or this year, 2010 has been really big. So it's been a great year for the Tekken scene. But we're back now. There is some construction going on in this new building, so you may hear some noise in the background. Other than that, we've got our Level Up Your Game app coming to the iPhone App Store relatively soon. I don't know how soon. By the time this video comes out, hopefully it'll be out there for you guys. Should be 99 cents. All the characters, a bunch of combos, a bunch of basic moves and bind moves and all that good stuff. Check it out. And other than that, just kick back, relax, and get ready to level up your game. Alrighty, so let's kick things off with Lei. Suiken, take it away. Let's get some Lei punishers.
Cool. So we're gonna start off with his 10-frame punishers. Well, the really basic one you guys want to go with is 1-2, and really basic. You know, from there,
22 damage.
22 damage. That's pretty good. You can also go from not just 1-2. You can also use his 1-1 if you want to be plus frames. Also can also transition to his one of his animal stances, and then we also have a bigger punisher, which is his 2-1. And from there,
27, all right.
27. You can actually get 28 by holding forward. 28. So you can get, that's his max juggle, or max damage for his 10-frame Punisher. And that's kind of like how basic damage he's going to get off a 10 frame. So if you want to, it really depends on the player, but I prefer to get max damage all the time because Lei is not really good at punishing a lot of moves from a lot of the characters. The next one we're going to go to is his -12 Punisher.
But Brian doesn't really have a -12 that we can go to right away, so we're going to use 4-2-1-4, which is actually -13.
Yeah. So with that, for a -12, it's really basic 12 frame, and you can still use his 2-1. There's also a really hard, basically adjust 12 frame Punisher, which is the forward neutral 4-1-2, and that is one of his hardest 12 frame punishers, which will look like that.
44 damage.
44 damage, which is pretty beefy.
So it's forward neutral?
Forward neutral,
4-1-2 in 12 frames. That's really hard.
Frames.
Yeah, it's really hard, but 13, 14, you have a little more leeway. So.
Right, yeah.
You should do it. It's safe anyways, right?
Yeah, so I mean, that's another thing, might as well throw it out. A lot of times, if you try to do it, you also get standing 4, so you can't, that move, you still punish it, you don't get the max damage out of it, but you still get something for it.
A little something like an option.
Right, so even if he does it, like if he does it right now, like even if I miss it, I can still block or actually go into animal stance from there. Like that. So, I mean, it's pretty safe. You can hit confirm the last one pretty easy by just doing... See? So, I mean, it takes a lot of practice. It's really, really good to have as well, because even on block, the opponent's going to have to think and guess out of your animal stance from there. And not only can he go from his dragon stance, he can all the way go into his panther stance for, another low attack, unless he doesn't know about that low parry. And he has a couple of 14-frame punishers from there. What's Brian's?
He's got 13.
Wait, did you say Lei has a 13?
Yeah, down forward 1-1.
That's true. Yeah, his down forward 1-1 is also a 13 frame. Let's see. And you only get down forward 1-1, which is...
So you might as well go for forward neutral 4-1-2.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, even if you miss the 1-1, you can duck the high, he can punish you for it. So, I mean...
No, I think it jails on block, but it's -10 on block, so...
Whoops.
Yeah, jails, but it's punishable, so...
Yeah. Yeah. So, and the last part of 1-1 down forward 1-1 is delayable, so it could be 1-1 delayable. So
Try to catch
So-
them if they try to go for a punish
Right.
or something.
Yeah. So, but your best selection is 2-1 if you're not confident enough for the 4 neutral 4-1-2. But I mean, once you really want that beefy 44 damage, you got to go for it. So, also thank you, Al, by the way, for the 13 frames, and for the 14 frames.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Did you say 40-something damage for his 12
44.
frame punish?
Yeah.
44.
44.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is pretty hard though.
It's
Yeah.
hard, but it's up there. The damage is up
40. Is that the highest 12 frame punish in the game?
there. No, he
Yeah,
actually
I
has
think-
the highest one with the headbutt and death
Yeah.
fist.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. Okay, continue.
So, I mean, from his 12 to his 13, we also have his 14 frame Punisher, which is 1 + 2, 1, and that's natural, which is 42 damage, which is, still pretty good.
Less,
Also,
but it's easier than the 4 neutral 4.
it is. So
Wait, and that's pretty beefy damage too, man. His
Yeah.
punishers are pretty decent.
Well, I mean, for his 12 frame, if you
If you're
I mean,
mad
that was-
enough.
if you're man enough,
Mad for 12 frames,
basically.
right, right.
Yeah, because
Well, okay, wait. You say mad enough, but if you screw it up, you're still okay.
for
right?
his 12 frame, yes, but
Safe.
Yeah.
yeah. Also, from his 12 frame, when you're doing it, you have to initialize the neutral while blocking. So while you're taking that block, you're already making that commitment to do his 12 frame big beefy Punisher. So I mean, it's safe on block. If you miss it, if you get it, even better, right? Because after that, you're in a Drunken Stance, or you can go into a delay low into Panther. So. So we're going back to his 14. His 1 + 2, 1. It's pretty good. 42 damage. Works really well. Not in Brian, I guess. So.
No, that move is kind of weird to punish.
Yeah. So I mean, it works really well. Yeah, it's not working well now. Well, good day, sir. Yeah. So.
Counter lay, pick Brian.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, just throw it out. Because
It's not gonna work, guys.
yeah,
Come on.
it's not gonna
It
work.
worked earlier.
It worked.
But
So we
you guys
spoke
get
it.
the idea.
Also, on top of it, it leaves you back turn, so you have a really good chance of mix up from your back from 1 + 2, 1. You get down 1, and then if you think he's gonna hop kick you, get
I don't
stand.
think he could even mash out that back from down one either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if I try to jab
Yeah.
and counter it, or even down jab after I
Yeah.
get hit.
Yeah,
Trying
so-
down jab can't do anything.
Wow.
Yeah, so it leaves him in a kind of in a position that's
Advantageous position.
yeah. So it's really good to use if you want to punish a 14 frame Punisher, and on top of it have a good mix up after. We're going on to his 15 frame Punisher, and this is where it gets a little interesting for Lei. He finally can launch you from at 15. Is really good down forward 2, which is right there at 15. And he also has a really nice, well, not too nice, but a hop kick at least, which is still pretty good in the game.
Okay, so why do you think it's not very good?
Well, I mean, transitioning from his DR days where his hop kick used to be a little bit more
It was a generic
hop kick. Honestly, don't use this hop kick to punish unless I'm comfortable knowing which character I can punish, like a Snake Edge or Demo Man, something up close. But something that's minus 15 and has a little distance to it, it's so hard to punish.
So it's primarily the range that's the issue with the hop
yeah.
kick.
So I mean, it's just
Yeah,
yeah,
like
it's like that.
Interesting.
See, oops, like that. Thank you, Lei and Namco. So I find myself
Second check
just
to keep it the same. Go
yeah,
on.
I find myself at times very frustrated with this Punisher. So I mean, I have to think of another way to punish it, which is really hard to punish. Yep. So his wall standing 4 for that is actually going to be not even his wall standing 3 can punish that, I believe. So and yep, wall standing 4 for that launcher right there. So at minus 15. So I mean, that's going to be one of his weaker punishers for a low attack. That's minus 15. But at minus 16, that's where it gets beefy for Lei. So for Lei, his really good minus 16 punisher, one of them is 4-3-1. It's very hit confirmable. It's mid-high, and it does about 38 damage. So it doesn't leave... can't leave Brian, with his wall standing 1 going unpunished.
The thing about this too is why would you go for this if you could just go for a down forward 2? It's just that it has more range.
Right.
So you know, in situations where you're down forward 2 a whiff, and then the move is minus 16, you gotta go for what you can get. So
Yeah. So, yep. What Mike said, it's true. We have to get what you can. I mean, for Lei, his minus 15 hop kick is not going to reach. So his best long range Punisher is 4-3-1. His next long range Punisher at minus 16 is 4-4-3, which is, I think, really good launch for Lei, even though it's
Godlike.
godlike. Yeah,
scoops you up.
yeah, it's a scoop. So I mean, from there, it's gonna leave you for a nice 72 damage juggle if you do his basic juggle staple for it. So
I noticed it goes under highs too sometimes.
yeah. Yes, and then it also has a really good like phantom range. Like you can stick out a limb and get scooped up from like max range. Oops, let's get back a little bit. Stop punishing. So I mean, it really catches backdashing really well. I use it all the time. It's a really great Punisher. I think that's one of his best moves.
One of his best whiff punishers.
Whiff punishers,
especially.
Right? Yeah.
And how fast is that move?
16.
16 with input.
With input.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, for Lei, you really have to get the timing down for this move. It has to be in your arsenal for minus 16. It punishes a lot of things that a lot of characters can't even get, like one of Lei's blazing kick, which is a very good move, but a lot of people can't punish it. But you know, if they did it to Lei can scoop that up. So it's a really good Punisher for one of those long range minus 16 and above. And that's...
Let's talk about his full crouch punisher.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. From there we have... from here we have... that tricks me. Wall standing 3 is going to be a really good wall standing Punisher, but it's minus 15, but it starts up at 10. Right, Mike?
Yep.
So
that's his 10 frame wall standing Punisher?
Yeah.
Not a lot of
Is that 30 damage?
Yeah. Not a lot of characters have 10 frame while standing punishers that actually do more than a jab worth, because that's usually what only characters get. But Lei is one of the few that could actually get pretty good damage after minus 10 from full crouch.
Yeah, so I mean, he gets a beefy wall standing Punisher off of a minus 10 and low. The only downside of a wall standing 3, of course, it's launch punishable. So at minus 15, of course, if he blocks it, it's a launcher for some of the characters out there.
Most of the characters.
Most of the characters, yeah. The next one is wall standing 4, which is at minus 10. It does about 11. I'm sorry, excuse me. 11, and it does about, I can't even see that, 19?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the only reason you use wall standing 4 instead of wall standing 3 is for range.
Right. So it has a little snap to it. So it picks up really far from long range. So some of the moves like wall standing 3 would miss like that. Wall standing 4 would fill that gap in. So it has a little snap kick to it.
Okay.
It's also his next wall standing Punisher as wall standing 2-1.
Yeah, it's also at 15.
15.
It has a little more range than his hop kick, but not really.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wait, you're saying it doesn't have a lot more? It looks like it has a ton more range than his hop kick.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's only at, there you go. And
32 damage.
32 damage. It's natural.
Second hit is minus 13 on block, so
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah. So, but if they block the first attack and the second attack, if they try to attack after the first one, it becomes a counter hit launcher.
Oh, interesting.
So I mean, there's a follow up behind it. A lot of times you can't delay it. So I mean, you have to commit to the 2-1 and hope that they try to attack.
So any other wall standing Punishers?
Other than that, it's just like his
Hop kick.
minus 16. Or like, hop kick
Kick
if you at minus 15 and you're in range,
Yeah.
that's pretty rare for Lei, so
Yeah.
good luck with that.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah.
you could, for minus 16 and above, you could go for that 4-4-3, it's the same as standing. Since
Yeah.
the 4-4
4-4
motion
counts as crouch cancel, right?
yeah, counts as a crouch cancel,
Interesting.
so you could still get it from full crouch. So stuff like, big sweeps and stuff like that, it's good to go for, 4-4-3 or a big neutral hop kick.
Right.
Yeah.
Big neutral hop kicks at 23 frames at the fastest, so
Yeah.
anything like big sweeps, might as well go for big neutral hop kick.
Oh, what's the damage difference between the big hop kick and 4-4-3? Looks like big hop kick's about 30
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
4-4-3 is
72 off of that.
Yeah, but then the combo after 443, you get about the same damage. So.
I see.
Oh,
So you might as well always go for 443 if you're comfortable with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
All right, I guess that about wraps up his punishers, right?
yep.
Cool. Let's go ahead and move on to his stances. Here we go. All right, so the next thing we're going to go into is Lei stances. I just want to show you in our app. Lei's got a ton of stances.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the things that's most confusing about Lei in general. For new players.
Yeah, definitely.
So go ahead, Suiken. Let's go into Lei stance and break it down for people.
Cool. So this is where the fun starts, guys. This is one of the reasons why a lot of you will probably have decided to play Lei and are probably watching this video right now. Lei is going to have an array of stances to start off, and just to show a little bit of them, if not all of them, I'm going to start with a really simple one, the Karate Kid stance. Crane. Everyone knows that from Karate Kid.
I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Everyone loves the crane stance. From crane stance, it's wow. one of the things we're gonna talk about
that
is
wasn't in karate.
from crane stance. You won't. Why would you do that, man? I'm demoralized right now. From the crane stance, it's up 4-3. You can do straight up 3 as from there. So it's gonna. Or you can do up back 3 for range, just to bait some stuff out. One of the good things about Crane is that he has an array of moves that come out, and one of them is, of course, 1+2, which is a high. So if he whips a move, it's an attack. It basically gives you a juggle, and also from that you also get standing 1, which is a mid, a really good mix up against the wall splats. Does 27 damage. Also on block, what it does is puts you in back turn for another mix-up chance. So it melts. It's from his guard, melting guard punches like that. So if you feel like he's just gonna block it, you can get out of it by of course taking a block, then getting away from there. So I mean that's also a backup. Another good one is 2 from his crane, which leaves you back turn. From there, you can also mix it up. If he tries to attack, you can do a back turn grab and things like that. Also on hit, it puts the player back turn. So, and from there, the range from him to attack you. You can bait if he tries to attack, back turn. You can also buffer a 4-4-3 to punish anything he throws out.
I saw that it pushed back really far, but
Yeah.
the new thing in Tekken 6 is Lei can actually walk backwards, right?
Right. He can also, from DR, it was Fox Step. Is that what it was called? Well,
Yeah, Fox.
yeah, Fox Step. So now in Tekken 6, he can, from back turn, he can walk forward. Oops, there he goes. Back. Sorry.
Oh,
Like
what?
that.
I didn't know that.
Like that. So, I mean, it's pretty cool that he can do that
Yeah,
now.
so after
Can you
that
do
move,
that faster?
It knocks
It-
back pretty far. He can
yeah.
dash and everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's really cool that they gave him, a nice, so from here, you can scoot in for a nice, grind.
Little
If you're-
manly
A little
man
manly love from Paul
Oh,
Phoenix
God.
over here.
Well, Brad Paul Fiend.
But also, what it also does is if the opponent's not unfamiliar with what he's doing, it's going to put him in that scare factor. What's Lei got in his bag of tricks?
Right.
And that's what it is. It's a scare factor for some of the players that, in tournament can be very useful.
Yeah, I mean, from back turn, throws are also comes out the same hand, so you can't really see it. So a lot of opponents try to, guess and duck it, and then
Yeah.
if you do that, you're eating a hop kick or something.
Right.
Like that. So also, staying on track with this crane, we also got his 3.
Yeah, if you've never seen it before.
Yeah, like that. And that's all delayable. 3, 4, 2, 3. Really good. If they have never seen it before.
No, I've seen plenty of people
Yeah.
get caught with that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he's done doing the string. Boom! Last
Yeah,
stage you launched.
so-
Why?
Mid, low, mid.
Wow, super delayable. Each
Super
hit, huh?
delayable. Everything is transition delay. So if any of the last 2 moves are counter hit, the launcher is free, which is really good. Unless they know about the low, and then they can parry it, which is bad for you. We're going to go into one of his other special properties, also from Crane, which is really cool. People are going to try to sweep the leg from this position, and this is what happens.
Auto low crush.
Auto low crush, which is really
so you
cool.
didn't do anything. He's
Yeah.
just jumping up there and kicking him
He
in the
does
face.
it everything, like no
And
hands.
the sweet
So
part also from Crane too, which is pretty annoying, is like, let's say he does up 4-3 and, you know, it looks like a hop kick so I could punish it, but he could, you know, block it right away as well by holding down back.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, see?
From there, we're gonna move on to his. Oops.
Oh, you missed one.
Yeah. Sorry.
The toe kick.
Toe kick, yeah. Okay, so from here, it's a really good chance against the wall. He gets wall standing 3. From this position, if he tries to get up, he gets 4-4-2 and a bound, which is pretty good for anyone that tries to stand straight up thinking like he's going to do a wall standing 3 or whatnot. Also, if he just sits there, you can do like wheel spin kick, you know, and, you know, make him pay for sitting there. This as well. I mean, that's one of the basic. The one bad side is that I believe is minus
A lot.
A lot. So on block, it's could, maybe not for Paul, but yeah, could be a bad day for Lei if you get that block. So I mean, mixing them up and making them not want to duck is your key objective for using that move. So the next stance coming up is everyone's favorite, snake stance. Everyone loves it. Everyone goes into it. Jackie Chan does it. Why can't we do it? So,
Are you bad? The tell, dude?
Why can't I do it?
Yeah, no, I mean, like in game.
All right.
So going back to his stats, his snake stance is one of his best. There's different ways, a lot of different ways to get into snake stance. Back 2-3.
Or 4-2-3 to go the other way.
Yep. So like that.
Or even go off of a sidestep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sidestep.
Sidestep. 2-3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It has a built-in sidestep, right?
Yeah,
So if you
and-
sidestep and do it, he gets like a double
You get-
sidestep?
yes.
Yep.
Wow.
So, oops, just like that. So, I mean, that's one of the easiest stances to get into.
Also after Razor Rush.
After Razor Rush.
I'm sorry, the notation again, that was 4-2 plus 3?
Forward
Yeah,
or
forward,
back?
Yeah.
Or
Forward
back
or
2
back?
plus
Forward
3.
gets
Or
you
sidestep either
Yeah.
way.
to the foreground and back gets to the background.
Or sidestep 2 plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or 1+4 actually.
Yeah.
I think.
Really?
Yeah. Try 1+4. Sidestep 1+4.
Yep.
Yeah. 2+3
Yep.
or 1+4.
Ooh. Cool. So,
Levels up your game. All right.
your game.
I know notations.
Don't know
Okay.
annotations.
I got old.
Yeah. You can also do it from down forward 2 into snake, which is really cool.
But how did you do that?
Just hold forward.
Holding
just
forward
hold
after
forward,
down
okay.
forward 2 puts you in snake stance. So
Alright.
it's really good for a mix-up game. Holding after down 4, holding down puts you in snake stance as well. So there's a reason why Lei has so many ways to get into snake stance, and of course I think that's because it's his most useful attack. His 1-2-1 is also one of his best attacks from snake. 4 from snake is a good poke to get them to duck. It's really good. From that position, he has a mid, which is wall splats, which is 1+2 from snake stance. It's really useful to try to get them to duck by poking them, and if you feel like they are onto your game, you can also do standing just a 3, which goes into like the donkey kick. You can also stay from one of his play deads like that. If you hold down from that donkey kick, it puts you in full, basically relax. So I don't use that move as much. I use it really well against the wall though, but not in the open stage. 1-2-1 into Panther is his best like mix up in transition to his next stance.
There's also an extension to that, but the last hit is high. So.
Yeah, so which you really don't catch me using it in game because you can get it ducked and launched, and it can severely hurt Lei. So that leads to our next stance, which is Panther. So after 1-2-1, you can also transition from Panther by holding forward. You can also do forward 1+2. Oops, sorry. Holding down after that goes into Panther as well.
Third hit of Razor Rush.
Third hit of Razor Rush. Thank you. Can also transfer into it. Now this is really aggressive stance. Panther is gonna give you a low mid mix-up. From there, you can also do from Panther 1-2. Wall
And from-
splats,
Yeah, that range, wall
At that-
splat, beefy damage.
beefy damage. If you feel like he's gonna duck it, you get a 2 from there, which also launches, which is straight up. He has to guess from this position. If you feel like you can just poke him out, he also has a little hop that actually jumps over the lows if he tries to throw a low attack like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so which is really cool. And from there, he has to keep guessing because it keeps you in Panther.
That little stomp thing there is also really good as Oki, right?
Yeah, because from there, he's going to take damage and has to guess right away. He cannot beat that standing 2 from there if he gets hit.
I've also seen you use that to hit grounded too.
Yeah.
To stay in Panther and hit people grounded.
Yeah, so if you feel, if you use this move, if they're just sitting there, this pokes them into teching. Because you can do it all day if they just sit there. And the more that they are turned because of the attack, it makes them off axis, more better it is for you because it chases them down.
What do you think about just the 1 by itself? Because I see you use that often too.
Yeah, 1 is a good poke to test to see if your opponent knows this character. Because if you throw it out and he tries to launch you for it, he can't. So it's a really good poke. It has a really far range from it, so you can also dodge in. Excuse me.
Wow.
Yeah. So and from this stance, he has a good dash from here. See how the
Yeah, and also when he's pressing forward from that stance, he has an auto low parry.
yeah. Like
What?
that. Yeah. So I mean that's built for aggression, which is really good. I would use it all the time to chase anyone that's trying to get away from you on a rollback or from down forward 2 into Panther into a mix-up if they tech. So I use it all the time. It's really great, one of his greater stances.
Actually, to counter the auto low parry, Lei cannot block mid.
Yep.
He can if
He
he
can.
cancels, but he has to cancel.
He
So.
has
Yeah.
to cancel the actual stance, so
Wait, so say that again?
he can't block mid if he's holding forward.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it counters the auto low parry.
But he can also block. if
Block
you-
from
He
there.
can't block by holding back, but he has to cancel the stance with down back.
Yeah, down back to back right away.
So if you see a Lei in Panther across the screen and he's coming dashing at you, it's a good idea to go quick mid?
Yeah.
If you're not grounded and getting up on a tech roll.
No, right. If you're standing, I'm saying,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's a really great aggressive.
But that could also be like a bait for like a hop kick as well.
Yeah, because he could come in and back up a little bit.
Or block right away and
Yeah,
punch
it's
you.
it's pretty scary if you see like a character dashing in this fast, closing in on you,
Yeah.
from a far range, and he can launch you from this stance from many different ways.
Right.
And also, it's already, since he's crouching, no highs will hit him.
Yeah.
So it's like
Interesting.
all highs and lows
Yeah.
are not effective against him.
Yeah, I use it against like a lot of characters like electrics and things like that.
Steve back one and
Steve's
stuff.
back 1. I mean, like look at this. It's just like anything he misses, it's free. You're gonna be in his face. So it's one of his better stances.
Alrighty.
Okay. So and then we're gonna go to his next stance, which is one of his easier stances to get into, and it's everyone's favorite, and of course that's Drunken Stance. From there.
And how did you get into that?
You can hit forward 3+4. There's a lot of ways to get into his stance. It's also very useful. Really great for wall mix-up because from here you can transition. He goes into this really wild drunken walk he does. You can also do it from sidestep 2 and holding forward. He goes into it like that. And he has this really good... what I like a lot about for his Tekken 6 Drunken Stance is it's useful now because in DR it wasn't as strong as it was. You can also run away from his Drunken Stance from back
How do
there.
you go from the grounded
Almost
to
two.
the...
Yeah, so from here, you want to hit, he has 4 types of play dead really quick. That's down 1+2, and then hitting 1+2 again puts you in Drunken Stance standing. And if you hit back, which is towards Paul, he runs away from him like that.
Oh, what
and
the
he
heck?
runs away, look how the gap he covers
Yeah,
away.
very
so
quickly.
But if you hold forward, you kind of scoot back towards
And when you
him.
say forward, you mean
moonwalking.
yeah.
towards Paul forward?
Hold if you're from 1P if you're pressing left, which is
Okay.
you're going back. So
So
everything's
everything's
reversed.
backwards.
Backwards,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. So it gets a little complicated. It does take some time getting used to, but it's very fun to play in this stance because from here you can do a mix-up. Canceling out of his Drunken Stance is really good in this game, like that.
Even though he looks like he's in Drunken Stance, he's actually just back turned because you could actually do any of his back turn moves right there.
Yeah. So,
oh, like back turn down 1?
Yeah,
Yeah.
back turn down
Oh.
1, back turn down 2.
Yeah.
He's in Drunken Stances, but it's just that when you're back turned in Drunken Stance, it counts as being just back turn.
Interesting.
I'll show them some of the regular forward Drunken Stance moves.
Cool. So
And also before even that, just going into Drunken Stance itself, it has a parry for like highs and mids.
yeah. So he has two types of parries from Drunken Stance, and I'm gonna show you his really basic punch parry, which is while punching, he has an automatic parry that puts the character off axis after punching. So
You know, and from what it sounds like there's a pretty big parry window.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, holding a 4/3+4 after you anticipate it. Oh yeah, that's the second one I was gonna show.
That one's cheap, dude.
Yeah, that one is cheap, but if you can land it. So from there, if you're already in Drunken, if you feel like Paul's gonna punch you, you only can do the special parry that guarantees certain damages, and also it also guarantees a launcher, like that.
What?
Yeah. So it only works on punches. So if he hop kicks you, you're dead. So
okay.
it's a guessing game, but it's like very effective.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've seen many people use it.
Yeah.
That window is really short.
Short. Yeah.
Okay.
And if
How do you do it?
while you're in Drunken Stance, tapping forward at the right moment of an attack, of a
Okay.
punch attack, automatically parries like that.
Interesting.
So,
I mean, it seems like you're doing it pretty well. I mean,
yeah, but the one thing is
That's
like
why we have him on the show.
yeah. But also, there's also a way where if you tap forward at the wrong time and he throws a down forward too, you get launched for it.
Oh,
so
it's a
he
small
goes.
window.
Yeah, it's a small window, and when you're holding forward, he goes into that run
It
motion.
seems like there's a big whip animation.
Yeah,
Oh, I
so
see.
you go right into that animation, and if he baits like a regular jab, and he's just gonna launch me for it from there.
okay.
But if you do get this, like, so I mean, anything from his from there, you also can get some good damage. But I go for that 4 from Drunken, which I'll show you guys exactly right now what comes out of his stance. Oops, try it again. Oops, missed it. You can do 1. You can also do. Oops.
Just go ahead and show you. You don't got to show the parry every time.
Yeah. So yeah, from
Basically,
here.
all the Drunken Stance moves are guaranteed if you get the parry, the
Yeah.
second parry.
The only one that's useless is his 3-2 because that's not natural.
Okay.
So I
But it
mean,
makes the low safe though, right?
yeah, it makes the low safe.
Can't even punish it.
I don't know. You gotta be quick. Yeah. You gotta be quick in knowing it when it's gonna come out. But the best way you want to do, the best thing to do if you get that parry is just standing 4. It's also really good for from Oki because he has a really good grab that comes out of it, and a lot of people have a hard time breaking it because it comes in 2 grab forms, left to right or right to left. If you're using 1-3 or 2-4, so if I do it from there, oops, sorry. Just like that, and that's a 1+2 break. If he ducks the first one and gets up on the
There's a
second one,
follow-up on
it follows up with the second one automatically. So a lot of people will be like, oh, I ducked the first one, I'm gonna try to attack, and he'll get grabbed by the second one, and by that time, he'll get grabbed. So,
and so both throws are 1+2 break.
that's 1+2, yes. He also has a really good long range launcher, which is a mid, which is a spinning headbutt. So, I mean, it's really good on block. Let's see.
Yeah, just a quick ground hit. That's pretty much about it.
Yep. So, and he also from there, you know, if you're still too scared to basically attack you, you know, there's a lot of things you can do from play dead. Next stance we're gonna go up is to one of my favorites, my personal favorites, and that's Tiger Stance. And Tiger Stance is really cool. Very aggressive. Has a nice wave animation, like he's saying hi to you. But he has a really long range low launcher from there. He also has a nice one. I don't even know what that movie's called now. Tiger 1. So if they get counter hit it by this attack, it's also a launcher.
And so I'm sorry. What is the name of this stance?
Tiger.
This is Tiger. Okay.
Yeah. So
when I see this stance, I'm only ever scared of the low. I feel like I will duck 90% of the time.
yeah.
Just I'll take the couple of mids, and as long as I have health for it.
The easiest way he gets into it too is after down forward 1+2 or the 4th hit of Razor Rush.
Yeah. Really good property about this move is also it automatically low parries as well.
Mid parries.
Mid parries.
Mid and high
sorry.
parries.
Mid and high. Which is pretty good. It also works on kicks as well, which is a really cool thing. One of the main reasons why I would normally use it to low pair him is to add a confusion, because if they feel like you got parried, they're going to expect, is there something guaranteed? Unfortunately for this attack, there's nothing guaranteed for it. It just actually brushes their attack away.
But then you could go into another down forward 1+2 and force another mix up again.
Right. So it doesn't actually parry any knees or elbows though. So you will get launched if you're using like a bruise or
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's one thing that you're gonna have to look out for Lei. One of his best launchers from here is that Tiger 4. Really good, gives you a nice damage. 58 damage is not too bad. You can go do 61 if I really want to add a neutral, but from here it's really long. It's really good. Good long range. Let me go back right there. So that's really good. And you also have his Tiger 2 counter hit. You get a launcher off of that as well. So that's also really good. And we have another
The new low. Dang, man.
well,
Is that Batman?
Hold up.
yeah. Sorry.
My name is Drew.
The new low. Got it.
Yeah. You're back. You're back. He has a new, which is really good. Before now he has from Tiger 3. He has a new mid that comes out, which is that wall splats, knocks down 33 damage. It's minus 13, 12, I believe. Yeah. So it does pretty good if you get him to duck against the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where like the mix-up gets really scary because
Yeah.
the mid will actually like
Wall
cause a wall
splat.
splat.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then there's also a follow-up after that too where it
Yeah.
drops to the floor.
Yeah, what I like to call snake in a basket. So what it is holding forward from that stance, puts him in a snake stance, pointing up though. If you ever look at his animation from there, he's pointing up at the player. So
Wait, does that stance have a name? He's a snake in a basket.
snake in a basket? That's what we're gonna
Snake
call
charmer,
it.
dude.
Snake charmer. But
Now we're going. I think we're going to snake in a basket.
snake in a basket.
Snakes on plane.
From this stance, if you feel they're gonna try to punish that minus
No.
12 with a jab, he has the mid.
Yeah,
That
it's
will-
like another mix of another layer
Yeah.
of the Yomi factor.
So yeah, if you're against the wall and he's like, oh,
okay,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna punish you now, but no.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it gets a follow-up that
Yeah.
also wall splat.
like that, and then he gets some beefy wall damage right there. If you're holding forward, it'll automatically fall into play dead for you from that stance. Thanks. Yeah. All right, there we go. So that's kind of what we get. Oh, almost forgot his one of his good moves. 1+2 from Tiger. Really good. Basically, from this attack, what I use it for is to he kind of like has a really he dives forward, boom, just like that. You do a quick back dash, dive for it, So I mean that's really
Really
good.
long range.
From here, Drunken Stance can also come out of Razor Rush after a second hit of Razor Rush. Really cool. I really like to use it if I feel the character or the opponent is going to attack a lot, because from this stance he has really good that 1, 2, 4 from that stance, and it can also rinse and repeat from that stance as well. Okay. Just like that. But just by holding forward, he stays in that stance, adding pressure to it. So a lot of
Wait,
times.
so how do you stop that?
Well, the first part is gonna be high, mid, mid. So.
a lot of things that players can do is just down jab it.
Oops.
Like,
So
let's
after
say
you block the first sequence,
yeah.
Yeah.
but Lei must have something to counter the down jab, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's usually what happens.
Oh.
And the scary part about it too is that if you block it the first time and you try to stick a jab in there, the second part will counter hit, and then you can do hit confirm it into the 3, which does massive damage and a wall splat.
Like that.
Big wall splat, big damage.
Yeah.
Counter hit, it's all natural.
Yep. So I mean, also from his Dragon Stance, you can transition it by using Sidestep 1, holding down or up, and goes into his Dragon Stance. He also has a fake attack, which is a really good attack that they added into the series for Lei, which I think is really good because it forces them to try to break the throw or get counter hit, which is by holding back, he sways into.
I hate that addition.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Gets me every time.
yeah.
Because,
Break it.
because by itself, it's a throw, and then the break on it is 1.
Yep.
But if you try to break it all the time, you're going to get counter hitted by that.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
And then,
So it's like a mix of, do I take the throw or do I get counter hitted for trying to break the throw?
yeah.
Not only
Hop
that, the throw feels like it really has a really small window to break it too. So you feel like you gotta
Yeah.
Gotta
you
mash
feel like
it
you
out.
gotta jab.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's-
So, I mean, this is one of his best, I think, ways to get a free launcher. I use it all the time. Any Lei player that picks up Lei should be using this, fake. Just like that. Also, if you feel it comes out as his forward 1+2, which is a mid, also transitions back into his tiger. Like that.
And also wall splats.
Wall splats as well. So if they feel like, maybe, if, for whatever reason they want to duck against Lei, they're going to get wall splatted with that forward 1+2. So from this stance as well, he has a new low that comes out and kind of just pokes them. It's minus
Goes into-
13. Sorry.
And it also goes into Panther afterwards. Right?
No, it goes into Crane.
Right.
Yeah. Holding forward after from this stance or from this attack from Dragon 3 goes into Crane. Which is also a blessing in disguise, I guess, because a lot of people that know that can just launch right away if they know that. So it's kind of like a love-hate thing. Like, why did they give them that? But if they try to down jab, they get a nice beefy launcher from there. What else?
Do we talk about Phoenix Dance?
Yeah. Oh no, Crane. I'm sorry. You're right. Phoenix Stance is still kind of. Here you go. Kind of just sits there still. It's one of his. How would I say that?
You can't move.
You can't move. Yeah, that's it. Like, you just backdash away. It's like, what am I gonna do?
Has a slight sidestep right in it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, but I mean, like in tournament wise, I've never seen even the scrubbiest Leis. I've never seen them like use this openly like this. Because what comes out of this from his Phoenix stance is, is his back 3, forward, is 4, and launcher 2, Phoenix 2, which is a pretty good launcher.
It's his old 4-4-2.
Yeah, so I mean, it hits on natural, launches on natural, excuse me.
Wait, you said old 4-2 like he doesn't have it anymore?
Yeah.
His 4-4-2 doesn't launch anymore.
It's counter hit on
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
But
Yeah.
Phoenix
Got it.
2 launches on
Launches
normal hit.
normal hit, yeah. He also has that, which is actually, I thought it was pretty useful, but I mean, because it causes them to whiff from a certain range, like that. And then holding forward goes into Drunken Stance right away. Holding forward from his Phoenix will automatically put him into Drunken. Just like that. Yeah. And to get into that, if it's back 1-4. Just like that. You also can get into it by doing that.
Isn't there a trick with that, with an unblockable afterwards?
Yeah, but I'm not going to show that, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, guys.
Yeah. I'm not going to show that.
Ugh. Anyways, so I think we've seen pretty much all of Lei's standing stances.
Yeah.
But Lei also has stances on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Like
so-
knockdown positions, where other characters just have regular get-up kicks. Lei has additional moves he can do from those stances, and he
Yeah.
has specific stances in those positions as well.
Yeah.
So let's go into those. Yeah.
Sure. Now we're gonna go into his play dead stance, which is pretty much he has 4 types of play deads. Down 3+4 is no longer if you've played Tekken DR Lei, doesn't put him in a position
feet away
position anymore. It actually puts him in a relaxed position like a Eddie or a Christie kind of stance. Down 1+2 puts his feet but head face down, head away kind of stance. Down 2-3 is now his
The traditional
down 3+4.
Yeah, from DR.
And down 1-4 is basically face down, head towards. And a lot of moves come out from this, from all of his play dead. So it will take some getting used to going play dead. They also have special whiff properties, I would say. Some of their stances, if you use like that, will whiff. But if I play dead in a certain other way, it actually would hit me. Well, not that. So, well, Paul doesn't work well. I get it. Yeah, there we go. So, and then if I do 3-4, it's gonna. Oops, sorry. There we go. Oh, yeah. I just something I know. Here comes Chet Chetty. There we go. Yeah. So I mean, so
Some stances are more evasive than others, basically.
yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, in general, compared to the old versions of Tekken, where
It was
his
completely laying
Fully
down.
right, yeah, and like you couldn't really hit him on the floor with like
Yeah.
your mid moves.
and also the really good thing about the DR stance down 3+4 is that it's sidestep too. When you went down, now he doesn't do it. He goes straight down.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, because then before he used to fall, he used to sidestep to upwards.
His
Yeah,
right.
his right, and it would cause a lot of
Really
attack.
annoying.
Yeah,
And it was
a-
really fast too in that game.
Yeah,
And so this is his old one, and now this is called the play dead position. This is down 2+3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And from his traditional, we'll start off from there. He has his same. It's not 3+4 now, which is his mid launcher. It's 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
So
and unlike DR, where like not very many characters can punish it, almost every character can punish it now.
yeah.
I liked how it whipped the first time we called it out always.
Yeah, it's the wall.
Yeah,
It pushes
so-
back on the wall. So.
So I mean, also from there, he has his general 3-4, which is his rave spin. That. He also can get a launcher from that if you wanted to. Just do the launcher, which is holding full crouch forward. It's that.
And I mean, I always wondered why is it that late players don't just go for the launcher? I mean, if you're gonna get guard stun blocked and dead anyway, why ever finish the string? Because the second hit is
Well-
high as well, right?
Well, if you're ever next to the wall, you'll hit him into the wall. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, if you I see.
You know,
Yeah.
wall spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also from his stance now, he also has a new low, which is deceiving 3+4 low. It'll look like that. If he's by the wall, it's gonna bounce him right into the wall, which is really cool. Like that.
Oh, low special move.
Yeah. From here, so there's 2 good lows that come out of it, and they both trip, and then that kind of actually uses the mid 4 from Play Dead to add another guessing game to him. So it's mid low. Sorry.
No, really quick.
Yeah.
The other one, the new one,
Yeah. 3+4.
can you low parry?
Yep.
Oh, you could also low parry the second hit too. It's low special mid.
Yep.
You saying block and then low parry?
No, well that's too fast probably.
Oh, but if it
Yeah.
whiffed the first hit,
Yeah,
you
if
can
the
block.
first hit
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
minus
it's God damn it! I
it's
didn't know
like
that.
minus-
Why are you guys blocking? I mean,
well, I mean-
It looks mid. I always thought it was mid.
I never knew it was special mid.
Mike,
I
it's
love
safe.
special
Leave
mid
it alone.
stuff.
Leave it alone. It's safe.
Okay, wait. Let's go back to that again really
Okay,
quick.
okay.
Okay, so let's go back to play dead 3+4. Is that what that was?
Down
down
2-3.
2+3.
2+3.
No, that's, play
Yeah,
dead.
each one of these have different names too. Specific
Yeah.
names.
Yeah, I mean this one is play dead.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just looked at the app. It's play dead.
Alright.
We gotta follow.
I don't
what
know
the
these
app
things.
says.
Lei to me is one of the most confusing characters in the
Yeah,
game.
he
I mean,
definitely is.
just going over the stance that we just went over.
A million.
Yeah.
I'm still thoroughly confused over what's Tiger and Panther. I mean, I
Dragon,
understand Crane.
Crane.
I understand Crane.
Karate Kid.
Yeah, Karate Kid. Everyone knows
Easy to remember that one.
The rest of them, I'm like, all right, he's gonna hit me with something, just block, and I mean that's how I play against Lei. But okay, so going back to this, he's in
nose.
play dead stance.
Yeah.
3+4
Yeah.
is low special mid.
So you could just block both of them,
Yeah.
crouching. Then you just kill him for it.
Okay, and then he's got the old one though, which is actually mid, right? And it looks similar. Yeah, see that confuses me so much because they look so similar.
Guessing game, man.
Yeah. Guessing game. It's not fair.
But if you have good moves, then you could
Yeah.
Oh,
Kinda,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
If he steps that way, you can.
you just step and block.
Yeah.
It's the way to
Okay.
get out of it.
Yeah.
That's for Lei.
Don't tell
All right, okay. Let's finish out his
Okay.
his grounded stances.
Our next position is going to be down 1+4, which is slide position. As soon as I can get down there. Okay. So from here, he also has his 4-3
Oh,
slide.
another
Which
slide.
is a slide.
He has a
Slide.
slide from the slide position.
Yeah. Wow. Tekken, baby. Yeah. I mean, he also has from here his 3+4, which is all mid,
Which also wall splats
which
too.
also wall splats.
Pretty dangerous.
Pretty dangerous. All of his slide positions from here will all put him back in play dead. So if he does this, he's in play dead.
Interesting.
Yeah. 3+4, play dead. So.
No, that one's not played dead, is it?
Oh,
That one's knocked down.
Knockdown, yeah, that one's knockdown. Okay. This goes into knockdown. Yes, there we go. And then also more guessing from here. So from that position, we have knockdown position, which is kind of like what is that for Eddie and Chrissy? Relax.
Yeah,
Relax.
relax for Crispy.
So
kind of.
he has a really good new low from there. It's very deceiving. It's really quick.
Very
just-
good range too.
Very good.
actually.
Yeah,
I
very good
noticed
range.
That's impossible to sidestep in this game. Like you could jump over him
Yep.
and then he'll still hit you with
Yeah, I hate that.
There you go. Yo, where am I going?
Paul is cheating.
I'm windmilling.
I think it's a timing
There you
thing.
go.
It's a timing
There you
thing.
go.
Yeah.
It's basically like a homing move.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really
Gotta jump away.
yeah. You gotta jump away.
Hey, that's a good strat. You
Yeah,
know.
I'm serious.
No, because I've always, as soon as I see him like that, I panic. I'm like, get the hell over him, you know, and then I get tripped, you know, it's because it still finds me.
Yeah. So
Jump back. Good,
Yeah.
good idea.
What up
yeah.
these games?
See you in the next tournament. Knockdown position is actually a really good guessing game, especially against the wall. From here, if like a lot of people say they like to jump back, that actually pulls the pressure off you. You feel like if you feel like the opponent is attacking you a lot, falling down to the ground, making them guess and really rethink their strategy is your key because it puts you in your position and puts them in their position, which is get away from me. Because jumping back or jumping over, this move tracks really well. It gives you a nice, if on hit, gives you a nice launcher, which is down forward 1+2 in most cases.
On some of the
that.
bigger characters, he gets a bigger juggle.
Yeah. So I mean, he gets guaranteed damage from Juggle. It's not a lot, but it's still something to tell him like you better be careful.
And you can do some kind of wall carry combo from that trip, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you could do like a down forward 1 afterwards sometimes on some certain characters,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
smaller
okay.
characters that doesn't work.
I see.
Yeah. So yeah, like Ling, Alyssa, who else? Nina,
Probably
Julia.
a couple of those.
Yeah,
small
most of the
characters.
female characters are really hard to pick up for like using down forward 1, but
Okay.
Paul for sure is really
Okay,
gets
cool.
a nice little.
Yeah, so you can get him to the wall, no problem, once you
Oh,
get
yeah.
that trip.
Oh yeah.
There's
So-
no real like mid to worry about from this stance. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, he has 4, but whoop de doo.
It's quick mid, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything, and it's really punishable.
Yeah. Oops. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Minus
14.
14. So.
Yeah. Why did they give him that? Why? Yeah. So.
Gotta give him some mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
I mean, he
like
has
that.
the spring kick, right, or something like that. Some ghetto spring kick.
Yeah. Chinese get up to. Yes. Gets a nice.
Yeah. If
juggle.
you try to jump over,
Yeah.
you're gonna get
Okay.
caught.
Yeah.
That's when you jump away.
That's why jump away is a really good tactic. We'll see. One of the next playdates that we're going to talk about is going to be his down 1+2. Knockdown position, just to let you guys know, it's down 3+4.
Face down position.
No, his face down position is
Damn
down
it, man! I
1+2.
can't get these lay stances straight, dude.
Yeah. It's confusing.
It's very confusing.
I'm just gonna give up.
Yeah.
Just hold forward.
So yeah, down 1+2 was one of his newer. What is it? I forgot what it's.
New edition.
New addition to it because it has a lot of has a really good move that comes out of it, which is his 3, which is long range. It's very deceptive.
Oh no, another low. From
Another low for Lei, right? And it hits grounded.
Big chunk of damage.
Big chunk of damage. You
should
can
show-
also use it as... I'm sorry.
You should show him the range on it. It's like range 3.
Range 3. Boom. Actually farther, so it's a really good backdashing, catching kind of thing. It actually can go farther than that. What
the heck?
Go back a little farther. A little bit more, Mike.
Right
there.
there.
Boom.
Wow.
So, I mean, if you feel like they're coming into you, just falling down.
But what mid is there that will catch you from there? Just
I mean,
backdashing.
Yeah, I mean, there's 4, and then from here you can also stay in relax, or what is that? That's
Face
relax.
down.
Face down, relax, right? Is that what it's called?
Face down. Yeah.
Face down. Gotcha. Face down. So.
Nobody knows what these damn things are called, man.
I know.
And also from like all these grounded positions too. If you press triangle, he gets fully grounded into face down.
Oh,
So,
really?
Which
Okay.
we're gonna go into right now. I know what a lot of you are thinking. Like, well, how do I move from this position? How do I avoid attacks? How do I switch off? How do I add the confusion instead of just pressing down 1 4 2 3 down 3 plus 4 1 down 1 plus 2? It's a lot to take, but don't worry. Just pressing 1 makes you spin around. So it's holding down while you're doing this as well. You go the other way. So I mean, this transitions from away, forward, escaping. You can also transition from
To being fully grounded.
Fully
By pressing
grounded.
or 2.
yeah.
And going fully ground, I'm guessing you avoid some mids that might hit you.
Yep.
Like, I'm guessing Paul's one, down one exactly will
So-
never hit the fully grounded one.
So yeah, he'll hit me, but if I go into it,
Right.
there you go. Almost got me. No. Oh. So I mean, this can get very frustrating and annoying for your opponents. So from here, using it wisely though is key because you can really get.
In your opponent's head.
How do you go from being grounded into the position?
Just by pressing 2.
2?
Yep,
Oh, okay.
just pressing 2. So even on knockdown, if he does Demo Man and knocks me down, I can hit 2 and get into stance right away, or play dead stance like that.
So 2 is to go both ways, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So and you can also roll away like that, and then you could still go into it from any stance.
All right. So 1 rolls you away, down 1 rolls the opposite way,
Mm-hmm.
2 flips you into a stance or fully grounded.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, and his last move, I almost forgot, his last move from this stance is also 3 plus 4, which is a mid move, and it's safe, and it wall splats. It's beefy, 30 damage. I mean, keep ducking, we'll keep throwing it out kind of thing.
Safe? On block?
Yep. Oops, sorry. Well, not. I don't know, it should be such a. No.
Yep, safe on block.
Safe.
So, I mean, that's one of his best moves against the wall. You know,
It also wall splats?
Yeah, wall splats, indeed. Like that.
Okay.
And that's going to lead up to some more damage. So, I mean, from his play dead position, he has an array of moves that you can use to attack, mix up your opponent, and add confusion and frustration. For a lot of the players out there that hate Lei, people call it gimmicky, and all I can say is screw you because
It's just really just lack of knowledge. for
yeah,
you.
lack of
Yeah.
knowledge. I mean, it's art of war, basically, as a lot of our top players in SoCal say. It's we do what we have to do to win, and if you get confused, it's your own fault.
So something I've noticed while we've been talking about all these stances is that it seems like there's no set way to get into any stance. It seems like after certain moves, you're gonna hit forward, up, or down, and you're gonna end up in one stance or another. Is that kind of how it is, or is
Other
there
than
some
like
kind
snake
of
stance and the grounded stances, that's pretty much how it is.
okay?
Yeah.
So only specific moves go into specific stances by either hitting forward, up, or down.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Yes.
Okay,
Or even back.
great. I give up. Let's move on. We're gonna go on to see some of Lei's useful moves, like we didn't see enough useful moves already.
Right. Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna go look at some Lei's useful moves.
Cool. So I'm gonna start off the bat. His one useful move that it's number 1 on my list, and it's good old Razor Rush. Everyone knows about it, and everyone hates it. Lei loves it, so it's one of his best moves transitioning from the beginning of his game. Razor Rush has 4 specific attacks. It's forward, neutral, 1-2, 1-2, like this. It's very delayable. You can take your time, make a sausage, anything like that. Kind of it's an aggression move, of course. It's also really good to keep out if someone's attacking you. You just give them the Razor Rush. From Razor Rush, he transitions from all his attacks as we talked about. From that attack, after the 4th hit, he has a mid and a low attack. which is from here is 4, like that, and 3 from there. So it's a guessing game from there. Against the wall, it's very dangerous.
And just really quick, can you show each hit? I mean, I know he can transition to a stance out of each hit. So just show which stance he transitions to so we can just see it in one place really quick.
Cool. So we got Razor
First
Rush.
one goes into Snake. Second goes
So
to Dragon.
Dragon.
Third, Panther.
Whoops. Panther. Boom.
And then fourth goes into Tiger.
Tiger.
Oh, the kick goes into Crane too.
Yeah, the last final kick goes into
The,
Tiger.
the mid kick.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh!
So that's basically 5 of his like 13 stances.
Yeah.
Something
so-
like that, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, I mean it's one of his best moves.
All right. So Razor Rush, great move.
And on
Great
counter
move.
hit, the first 4 are all natural.
Yeah.
And if you want to transition to any of your stances, if the first one counter hit it, it's a great option to go into it.
Yeah.
The first 2 are natural
Yeah.
too.
Also, I mean, from here, say Razor Rush isn't enough and you want to catch someone from long range, I've said it many times, but 4-4-3 is also one of his best moves to get into, or if someone's trying to dash into you, because it
Yeah,
It-
just clips you.
it just picks you up, scoops you up, as many of us say, leading into massive damage and juggle. 4-4-3 is the most useful move you will ever use with Lei. It's very scary. Players don't want to dash in because this is going to happen. 4-4-3. Another really good hard move.
There's 2 things to it though. You could end up forward or backwards.
Backwards,
so.
right? Yeah.
Oh, right, and that
Yeah.
changes how the
Yeah.
opponent has to punish you.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So from here, holding back keeps you back turn, and just doing forward
Keeps you straight.
straight up. So.
And so, what's the differences in punishing, Mike?
If you end up back turn, he could block. He could duck under highs that are too slow. So you gotta try to punish it with a mid every time. That's quick enough.
Yep.
Under 15 frames. 15 frames or under, pretty much.
Yep.
So stuff like Steve Sonic Fang or something will punish both of them every time. But
Yeah.
there's also another like layer to that too. He could do the extension.
Yep.
And if you try to go for the punishing, you could get wall splatted or
Yeah.
hit with it. But the other layer after that is you could duck it and kill him for it as well. So.
Yeah.
Now, isn't there a way also where Lei can kind of block faster?
Well, from here, 4-4-3, he can hit down back as quick as possible. If you're holding it, and some of the attacks depends on character.
Right.
Because some characters won't be able to attack. Moving forward, like 4-4-3, Razor Rush 4-4-3. A really good one for I use personally is his Crush move. It works really well against Steve's back 1, which Cynic has ultimately shown us that you can get hit 8 times in like one match. And if you want to avoid that, it's basically all about timing. But I use it really well. It also works really well against Magic 4 characters like Law. Just Frame James hates it. 4-4-2.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's like his beefy. He gives a beefy juggle off of it.
Yeah, I truly believe that is an
Yeah.
anti-counter hit 4 move.
Yeah. It's look at that damage.
Yeah.
1 damage and then you're not even adding if it goes to the wall. So this is bad if you're Steve Fox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
certain characters can punch parry or
Yeah.
parry the second hit, but
Yeah.
he could always just do the first hit and he still gets a combo. So
Yeah. So even if they block the rest of the attack, like the first 4, it's safe. So the worst they can really do is if it was Steve, he can, like he just showed us, punch parry it and punish it for it, just like that. So yeah. His next best move is forward neutral 4-1-2, which is really good because it gives you a nice counter hit.
on counter hit too, there's also a huge spark so you can hit confirm it with.
Yeah.
And that will end up the wall splat.
Yeah.
Boom,
Wall
right there.
Big, huge damage.
And as
Yeah.
we said earlier, the first 3 hits are his 12-frame Punisher.
Yes.
Right.
Very
So-
difficult.
Yeah.
Difficult.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another good move, which I like to use, but I've been conditioned not to use it, is down back 4-4. It's really hard to see. It wall splats. Also
From a
knocks.
distance, yes.
Yeah, from a long distance. Also gives you a juggle. If you just do the first part and go into Drunken from there, holding forward, 3-2, and you can do 4-4-3-4. Or if you're really good, doing
Dash
dash
back 4-1.
back 4-1. Yeah. So you.
I think it is pretty difficult to see that low. I feel like it's pretty fast.
Yeah, I think it's one of his best moves to cause someone to duck. I mean, the reward is there. I mean,
The risk is there.
Yeah,
too.
risk is
definitely
there.
a risk reward
risk
thing.
is- Yeah. You know, if I can make you duck, they can eat a 4-4-3, a down back 4. He has like a lot of mid moves that can launch.
I feel like the only time Lei players really get punished for it is when they get predictable with it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So you can't make it a pattern.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be unreadable.
Right, don't abuse it.
Yeah. Another one of my other favorite moves that I don't see a lot of players using a lot is his Sidestep 1.
Yes. Oh, okay. Sidestep 1.
Whoa,
Yes.
whoa, relax. I'm going into that one too. Okay.
All right.
Really good. A good thing. It works kind of like Asuka's, but not as good. But it still works. Sidestep 1 is a snake attack, which leads into Tiger and mix up. You know, especially against the wall, adds a lot of pressure. It evades.
Nosebleed stun on counter
Yeah,
hit.
on counter hit. So, like that.
Oh, normal hit. Too.
Yeah, no.
Can you fall?
By holding down mic.
Yeah. Yep. See. So I mean, from here, you can also go into Dragon and cause a. What I like to see is counter hit from here. 4-1-2. So I mean, that's really good. Another good move from this sidestep is sidestep 4, which you can also do sidestep down back 4 to scare them, or
Yeah,
sidestep
it's
4.
kind of like a mix-up because like from sidestep 4, you know, it's a safe mid launcher, and then if he does sidestep down back 4, it's like, oh my god, he just did a low after the sidestep. So it's like,
Yeah. So, I mean, he gets a nice juggle off of that, which is really awesome. And I think to close down, like, my next favorite move, and that would be his back turn down 1. +5 on hit.
20 minus 12 now too.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's one of his... I mean, it used to knock down in DR and 6.0, and it used to be really, really messed up. Even I have to believe it. Like, it's like a great mix-up. But now they've toned it down, but it still has like its nice potential to it, because from tracks from here they
Can't low parry it.
and you get a mix-up out of it. So I mean, you can get a grab, you can get a nice up back 4 from it after on hit. So I mean, it's a straight up guessing game from the back turn.
Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and move on then, and let's go ahead and look at his ground hitting moves.
Now we're gonna go into ground hitting moves. Take it away, Suiken.
Cool. So if you guys ever feel like after knocking your opponent down, what moves do I have to make him pay for it? 4-2. It hits grounded, plus it puts him in a stance.
And it also doesn't make them slide on the ground like usual ground.
Right. So it stays on top of him, like he's like you see him disappear into Marduk, but then he pops out of nowhere, which is pretty interesting. From here, from this stance, he also has a good follow up if Marduk tries to attack with a get up 3 as 4 will launch you, which is really good. Just for anyone that tries to attack. So like, don't try to attack. It's another launcher. So
Yeah, that's pretty good. While we're doing these ground hitting moves, let's go ahead and cover some Oki at the same time.
Okay, so another good wall standing move is wall standing 3, but I mean, as you can see, it's been
Tone it down a
nerfed.
bit.
Yeah, so you really have to get him at a good angle against the wall, especially for Marduk. It's usually guaranteed. Usually.
It looks like you have to be on the right side
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah. Here we go. It does nice, good damage. 25. From here, if they were ever stand up. From here, a really good use for wall standing 3 is your mix-up game or against the wall. If you can use from Drunken Stance, you just grab, wall splat. If they decide to stay there, you can also do that again, or from here, the grab. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so from here, he's gonna get knocked down, and then wall standing 3, and then force another mix-up from
I
there.
hate that, by the way.
Yeah. So
That's so
because
annoying.
that's always going to squeeze the opponent behind you, and if he tries to attack again, he can get counter hit it by a down back turn down 1, or from here, like if you got up and try to duck it, you can get another juggle from there. So I mean, that's really good. Just from his Oki stance, from wall standing 3, and it squeezes them out, and then another Oki chance. So another good. Let me turn you around real quick, Mike. Knock you down. Sidestep 3+4 also hits grounded. Oops, 3. Sorry.
That's 3 tilde 4.
Yeah, 3 till 4.
Which also hits ground.
Yep. And from this stance, you can also see that it leads up to a back turn if they try to attack. Pretty much rinse and repeat from back turn. They have to guess if they try to attack. If they stay there, up back 2 can also hit. You can also turn around, do wall standing 3 if they're in the right angle, because otherwise it won't hit.
Yeah, it looks like you're not deep
Yeah.
enough on those.
You have to get deep, just like that.
A lot deep.
A lot deep. Also from back turn, you can also do 1+2, 2. Boop. Wrong way though. Why did you do that? So from there, he can also do 4-3 slide. Can also from this position, get up on Drunken and do up forward 1+2. Gets grounded. It's also a mid.
Also binds if they try to move.
If they try to, yep. There you go.
Yeah, also binds.
And then if you use that, he'll try to, if he techs, it's another mix-up kind of thing.
Oh yeah, what about Panther Stance?
So that's also a good question. Panther Stance is one of his aggressive stance that also hits grounded. Is 2, Panther 2, also hits.
From the side usually.
Usually from the side because
straight angle. Yeah, it kind of whiffs.
His 1 will also hit grounded. Like that, knocks him away. You usually can't get anything unless they try to roll away. 1-2 will. That. Also from Panther, he has his 3, which will push them away, forcing them to tech or get up into another mix-up.
Nice.
Which is really good because they either, when they get up, have to guess
mid or low.
Mid or low.
2 or 1-2.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in that situation, as the Lei player, do you have to guess what they're going to do? Like, do you have to guess that he's going to get up after this Panther 4?
Well,
you
for
could
me,
keep doing 3 if they keep staying grounded
yeah.
as well.
Yeah. So,
Oh, is that Panther 3 the one that jumps
yeah,
out there?
the hop. So if he
Right.
does that low, hoping to get a knockdown out of you, he's just gonna,
And if you back roll as well, the 1-2 and the 2 are both guaranteed. If
Yeah.
You back
Oh,
roll
okay.
after the 3.
yeah.
So I guess as Lei, I mean, you can visually confirm what you should follow up with.
Well, visually, yeah.
Like say like right now you're in this position, you do Panther 3, like, and then what's he gonna do? You don't know, so you're gonna guess before he does it, or you're gonna see what he does and then do your follow up.
For a Lei player, there's only 2 things this opponent can do. If you got him with Panther 3, one of them he's gonna roll away, or he's gonna tech roll, or stay there and take the damage. Well, I mean, for me, I can kind of like, no one's gonna keep getting ground hit it, so they're gonna either roll back or tech. So, but if you dash forward, you're guessing in the right direction because dashing forward will close the distance to
And
make them
realign you as well for both tech rolls.
right.
Okay.
So if he techs, cool, you got a 50-50. If he rolls back, you're still in his face, and he still has to guess.
No, you get a guaranteed launcher then if they roll back.
If to roll back, you
Yeah.
get the 2,
Yeah.
right?
The
Also,
2.
you also
Yeah,
said
it floats them.
that stance moves forward really far,
Yeah.
so you could chase them down really easy if they back roll.
Yeah, so I mean, the best way normally for a lot of people to get out of this is, take the hit and guess right. I mean, like, you either gotta guess right or guess wrong.
One thing I personally like to do when I see this situation is that from Panther he can't block mid, so if he knocks me down and then I'm in Panther again, I like to just hit him with a mid get up kick. And it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
if he blocks it, he doesn't get much damage, and so it's kind of a good way to get out of that mix up after you take like the 3 instead of
Yeah.
tech rolling
Right.
or back rolling.
Yeah, so I mean, another good thing about that is that the Lei player doesn't have to pursue. He can anticipate a get-up kick too.
Yeah.
And once you do that, I mean, a simple
He could-
dash forward, 2, Panther 2, and you get another launcher. So
Yeah, so it's just like mind games on
Yeah.
mix-ups and stuff.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to understand whether the advantage is in Lei's favor, like.
So, it's
It's
much more
definitely-
in
Definitely.
Yeah, it's Lei
Okay.
favorite.
So anything else? Ground hitting, Oki related, ground hitting.
Not much really. I mean, Panthers is a strong Oki game from knockdown.
Okay.
It's definitely one of his best ones that I use all the time, and I think any Lei player that picks up Lei should be using it too. It's his bread and butter. 50-50. You gotta guess. That's
Okay.
it. So
And then how about his standard throws? Are there any typical Oki setups? Like say his 1 grab.
So from his one grab kind of actually pushes you away.
Which is like if you get up, he gets a free shoulder. Yeah.
Okay.
His 2 grab, his 2 grab puts him in back turn like this, but if he rolls away and he anticipates it, he can get a 4-4-3. From there, his patented up forward 1+2 grab From here, you can get wall standing 3 if they get up. He stays. He can go into a mix-up after this because he's off axis on get up. And if you hit 3+4, he has a mid. And oops, let's try it again. From here, he can also do the slide into another one. So if they decide to stay there, wall standing 3 usually hits like that, causing them to take more damage. And from this position, what I do if they sit there, I feel like they're gonna attack and do a 4-4-2, and I actually would beat out their get up kicks most of the time. So that's another option. So it's like option after options, but you kind of still as a lay player, you have to guess right. And sometimes it can hurt you because if you try too many gimmicks, if he guesses right, he can guess right 5 times in a row, and you can lose because you'll get punished for a lot of his unsafe attacks.
That's a lot of guesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you kind of have, as a lay player, when you play, you have to utilize it correctly at the right moment, kind of figure and feel your opponent out. If he knows how to play against you, if he doesn't, knowing when to use your, kind of like your Oki setups and your, follow-ups from there.
All right. Now let's just talk a little bit about Lei's wall pressure and, the very basic stuff about what Lei's trying to do to you when you have your back to the wall.
Well, one of the best things Lei can use, and I think it's really good too, is his tracking move. His homing move is down 4-3. Really good range. It puts him at wall splat, and then from there, if he decides to tech, I can go into Drunken Stance into another, kind of Oki setup, because from here I can do the grab or the 4, which is a wall splat, into another bound. And from there, you can actually end it with another Oki setup, because after 4-3-1 against the wall, you can do down 4-2 as a finisher into Panther again. So they have to guess if they want to stay there. Panther will knock them down. If they stand up, they have to guess mid-low. Or, low-mid.
And that works kind of in the open as well, right? Like you can bind someone and end with down 4-2 and
down
go to Panther.
4-2,
Yeah.
right, yeah. So, adding the pressure on there. And I always feel like, as a late player, once you have them against the wall, you keep them there and you keep them guessing. And the more pressure you apply, the better. Letting off and letting them attack you is kind of like the opposite what you're doing. You're going to, Lei's defensive attacks and his getaways are not as strong as some other characters. So what you want to do is once you have that pressure there, you keep staying on them until that round is finished with your win.
Alrighty, let's move on. There's not many options to ending a match or ending a round even, so let's go ahead and talk about the way Lei likes to finish off a round.
For me, for a tournament player, it's really key what you use for Lei, because Lei doesn't have an arsenal of moves to end a round like some of the other characters, but his key moves ending moves, I would say, is one of them is Razor Rush, low mid. He has to guess on right from here. You can also delay his attack, to add confusion, because if they feel like they're gonna end it, you can also stance change and do one from Tiger if they think they're gonna go low. It's safe, why not? Another good one is from a long range is his 3 from Panther, just a simple one if you want to just close out the round with that little damage. It's really good from far range. You can sneak up on them and they won't even know how far it would hit. So, this is a good range to just do that little 14 damage, win the round kind of thing. Down 4-4 is also a good one because a lot of people don't know about it.
Yeah, a lot of times too is that when you block the low, in clutch situation, they go for the habit, like
punishing it for wall standing 4. Instead, they get hit by the 4-4. From 4-4, you can also transition by holding forward into Drunken. That kind of pushes you away.
Oh, so it kind of keeps you safe?
Not necessarily.
It makes you worse. But generally it's minus 14, so
Yeah.
a lot of characters can punish it. So, see, there's a good
Interesting.
example. As you saw the first time, 4-2 whiffed.
Yeah.
And that's basically what you want to use it for.
Another good move I use to end the round is down 4-3 from a really long range, and it's really good because it's really confusing because it looks like down back 4-4 because he goes into a spin motion, like that. So it's also a good tracking move. They're trying to sidestep and get a good launch out of you. It's gonna stop them, and then same thing, with the down back 4. So that's a really good move. Down 4-3 is really good because also it's safe on block. I don't know. Also,
It is punishable, but it's like a
yeah.
lot of characters can't even reach it.
Right.
So
Right.
It's only jabs as well, so.
Yeah. But for the most part, I mean, you kind of get away with it for most of the characters on the roster.
Like 99%.
Yeah, so I mean, there's only a select few that get a. Do you know anyone that can punish
I
that?
think Bob might be able to.
Let's try it.
I think
Yeah,
Yeah,
see?
Bob.
Yeah, Bob's got really long jabs.
But even that is like range
Yeah.
dependent as
Yeah.
well.
So-
At the tip, he's not going to get it.
Jack
Yeah.
can probably do it every time.
Yeah. So I mean,
Like I said, 2 characters.
Yeah.
Obviously, so.
yeah. So I mean, it's really kind of like knowing who you play. It's also a really good thing.
A good round in there I see you use all the time as well as down 4 and down forward 4.
I think he has one of the best down forward fours in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so much
yeah.
range.
definitely.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Wow.
Especially if you're trying to like back rolling after his post bind ender.
Exactly.
It hits all the time.
Yeah.
It's easy back roll catch.
Yeah, down 4-4 also a back roll catch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For Lei.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something we should have mentioned in Oki, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's his 2 general, or his 3 general back roll catches are down 4-4, down 4-4, forward 4-3,
Yeah, general.
Yeah, general.
right?
Yes.
Or what's the
Or-
other? Is the stance 2?
Yeah, the Panther.
Panther
if he hits the Panther 3 when you're grounded and you back roll, then
Right.
it's
Roll standing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Panther 2 will float him up into another bind. Also, what I also use for the final one is this 4-4-3, which is that. 2 quick
Oh.
lows, puts you in
Yeah.
another stance, and it's hard to punish from there. See? So
Cool.
if he tried that as a ball player, like I know like that usually whiffs, I get a free launcher. If even that doesn't kill him, I get this. You know? So I mean
It's free. It's like,
no, I mean it's
So
not
it's pretty much
No,
like
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
The
so-
only way you could do anything about it is like low pair the first hit.
Yeah,
So.
and you don't even have to commit to the second hit either. It puts you in another stance. See?
Okay, cool.
From here, and then I mean, look at that. I mean,
Gets the Punisher to whiff.
yeah. So I mean, that's really good to close out a round. A lot of players don't know about that move. You can also commit to it and do that full string.
Oh, okay. Because
and-
some people get impatient,
Yeah,
thinking you're gonna
yeah.
stop.
They think they're gonna stop, and then kind of like the donkey kick comes out, and they're like, "What the? I got hit." That's an old move too. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Those are the best moves.
yeah, those are the best moves you want to use for closing out with.
Double flips. All right, so I think that was pretty much it for round ending moves, right? You showed us one of his home moves. Does he have any other homing moves? Down 4-3, I think he showed us. Anything else homing moves for Lei? Or was he one of those characters with only one?
Yeah.
I
He's
think-
special anyway.
Yeah.
His low has to be a homing move.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
that's
it's-
a
it doesn't
low
have
trade.
white-
That low so much.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
have a streak on it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's pretty much a home.
Okay, but
Yeah.
but I guess the only official homing move then we're gonna say is down 4-3.
Yep.
Yeah, and also, I think the Panther 1-2. I think
Oh.
the first hit tracks all the way.
Yeah,
You can't step
like
it.
that.
Oh, I see. Well,
Yeah.
And so there's like.
But
a
still
lot of
unofficial 'cause it's
persuado-
not-
Jumping
yeah.
over it, see
Yeah.
if
yeah.
he turns around.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of his stances, if he holds forward, he's gonna follow you. No
Yeah.
matter
Okay.
what. So.
All right. Okay. So I guess that covers his round ending moves and his homing moves. Let's go ahead and talk about his. We were gonna talk about his launches and stuff, but there's a ton. I think we already covered about 90% of them. If you're really interested in seeing all his launchers, check out our app on the App Store. Should be up there soon, or if it's not already, I think it is up there.
Yeah.
I think it is right now.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
Go
guessing
buy it
is.
now.
Yeah.
Get it right
I
now.
already have it on my phone.
It's on my
Get it on
phone.
my phone. It's on mine.
Anyway, point is, I
Okay.
think we've got all the launches covered for you guys. If you guys want to check it out online. And for now, though, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about his bind moves, his post bind options. Then we'll go and show you guys some juggles. So let's talk about his bind moves.
Cool. Okay, so I mean, one of his easier bind moves, of course, is from a juggle is 4-4-2. Many of you know it from DR. It used to launch all the time, but now it's become his bind. You can also do down 2, which is one of his newer moves now. Just by hitting the first part, it also binds. Another bind move that binds from special. It's a special circumstance kind of bind, but it's usually the Sidestep 3+4 binds. You rarely want to use it against the wall because it after a juggle you Sidestep 3+4 and it'll bound from there. I rarely use it. I use it more as a kind of a mix-up out of a post bind move, and I'll show you right now. And many of you have already seen the down 4-2 Oki from there. If they decide to tech from after the 4-4-2 bound, they have to face a mix-up.
Turn playing.
Yeah, because from right here, there's actually a special trick, and I'm going to show you guys. So you guys are getting the exclusive right now. From here, if you hit up forward 1+2, which I can do on pad, it actually does his up forward 1+2 grab.
Jump cancel trick.
Yeah, jump cancel trick. So it actually comes out a little faster, and it's pretty scary. I did it slower that time, but
It used to in DR
Yeah.
if you held up forward for a split second,
Yeah.
he would it would look like he was about to jump, but right before he jumps, you press 1+2, and then since he has an up forward 1+2 throw, the throw comes out a lot faster.
yeah.
But in this game, they took it out for all the characters, but in a side situation like that, Lei still can do it. So.
Yeah, because instead of the animation, he just homes in right away
Yeah.
from that turn because it's like kind of positioned like that. But the only thing I have to say about that special setup is that it only works on the 1-player side. On 2-player side, it doesn't work like that. He actually will be fully back turn. He'll throw a complete whiff from back turn 2. Like things like that will come out. His 1+2 instead of his up forward 1+2. So you have to be wary of what position you're in from the second player. But there's also a bonus from if you're on the 2-player side. There's other special
Oki setup.
Oki setups that you can use instead of the grab. And let's see if we can get away from the wall really quick. Okay. So from here you can do the back turn if they tech right away. No one can see a back turn grab really. If they decide to duck after, a bound, you get a hop kick. Right. So a lot of people would think it's a back turn up forward 4. So a hop kick comes out only from the 2-player side. So it's kind of like kind of tricky because the way he moves. Gets in your head. So another really simple one, if you guys really don't want to think in too much, if you're picking up Lei, is his down forward 2 into Panther after tech. Simple.
All right, so I think we started talking with a couple bind moves, went into some post bind options. Let's go ahead and finish out some of his other bind moves, like there's down forward 1+2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Phoenix 2.
Well, but right now you're still using forward 2 to bind, right? But I'm saying, are there any juggles where you actually use down forward 1+2 as the bind move?
Yeah, in situations where
Side axis.
side axis attack. So if I'm over here, I step and then I sidestep down for sidestep hop kick. He's off axis. 4-4-2 won't hit. So you have to use down forward 2. So
I see.
Oops, sorry, let me try it again. Okay, so from here it would whip. But if I did it with forward down,
Okay.
yeah, and then from there. You lose a little bit more damage from
Right.
there.
But you're
still,
you lost a lot of damage if you missed a 4-4-2 though, right?
yeah,
Exactly.
so I mean, you still get something, and then from there you can still work a little bit more because you can stay in Tiger after down forward 2, and then do the Panther 1, or basically wait for them to get up. So
You also have Tiger 1 with launched and forward neutral 4-1, then forward Tiger 1.
oh yeah. Sorry, yeah, holding forward, bound,
And bind.
yeah.
And also from his get up 3 combo, he has
Phoenix
Phoenix 2 that connects. Yeah, and
Yeah.
also from his get up 3, you could do Phoenix 2 after his full crush down forward 2-1-4. So.
Yeah, and another cool thing on if you get a get up kick with Lei, when he goes into the full crouch 2-1-4, you also can do an unblockable catch against the wall that works really well, and I've used it a couple times and it's pulled out.
All right, so we talked a little bit about post bind options, or at least the Oki in post bind options. Let's talk about just juggling post bind options.
Okay, so one of the really normal problems that Lei has is that his general staple juggles aren't really consistent on off axis. So if I sidestep again and hop kick, and from here forward 2 would whiff, so you have to be selective. I would do 2, down forward 1+2, 4, 3. That hits all the time off axis. Can also use there you go. Can also use 4. Forward,
Plus 4.
3+4. Does a little bit more damage. Does 61 on that combination of a hop kick. But if you do 4-4-3-4, it only does 58. So you lose the damage. But I mean, if you know it's gonna work, why not? That.
Yeah,
So-
that's when your juggle counter is still like only 3 hits, only 2 hits before the bind. But if you're on the straight axis and you do a standing 2 into the 4-4-2, you get more damage just doing 4-4-3-4, and that still connects. Whereas 4-4-4, 3+4 wouldn't connect in that situation.
Yeah. So
There's too many hits.
yeah. So if you step the other way and you got a hop kick, you can actually do 2 dash jab since. There you go. And get more damage. That wall.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
That's fine.
yeah, it's really depending on the character and who which way you step. So you got to be actually you got to be kind of mindful of which way you're stepping and launching. So, but it's really easy to see stepping one side. Once you see his legs off axis, you kind of have to know you have to use down forward 1+2 to bound without the jab, and then using forward 4, 3+4 to finish out the juggle to get that next juggle.
So basically, anytime you bind someone with Lei, you're looking to finish off with one of those two enders.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty
it's
much.
Pretty much with 4-4-3-4 all the time,
Mhm.
unless you're in that situation where you
Right.
do 4-4-4, 3+4.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Pretty
So
much
not a whole lot of post bind options as far as juggles go at all.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
juggles, yeah. For Oki, we got that down forward 2 into Panther. And
What
that's
about carry?
carry?
Down forward 1-1.
Well, yeah. After say if you get him with the juggle, dashing up and getting down for 1-1 also does a wall carry. But his best wall carry is going to be forward 3+4 because it goes all the way. Plus it floats him high at the end into a juggle, and you can dash in and do like a stand down 4-4 or you name it 4-3-1 into up back 4 or down 4-2 for Okizeme. But as far as juggles for his wall carry, he doesn't have like a really good wall carry. Besides that, his
2 hits of Razor Rush?
I mean, Razor Rush is pretty straightforward like that.
What if you have one more hit to the wall? What would you do?
Just down forward 2 right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't have a lot, so yeah. I mean, that's kind of basically it.
All right, so that sounds like it about wraps up his post bind options. We'll show you guys some juggles right now, and then when we come back, we'll show you guys some unblockables and item moves. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and show Lei's unblockable and his item moves.
Cool. Lei only has really one unblockable, but it does a lot of damage, and it's grounded. What else can you basically ask for? It comes out from Phoenix, and you use it by going into Phoenix and doing forward 4. Boom.
Ton of damage.
Ton of damage.
Let's show him hitting it grounded.
And also it hits grounded, so they're like, oh, it's not gonna hit grounded.
Boom!
The joke's on
I've
them.
seen a Korean get hit by that.
Yeah, yeah.
It was MYK. I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm totally kidding. Damn, you look so offended, man.
My soul.
It was home, man. Okay, I didn't want to say it, but Jesus,
All
man. All right, there's Lei's Unblockable. Let's go
So-
look at his item moves.
Yeah, so I mean, one of his item moves, let me go ahead and knock him down a little bit. One of his really funny item moves is a gun. So it shoots upwards. And
He's a police officer. That's why he's got a gun.
That's why. Or he's a thug, one of those. It's just like that. If up close, it will not hit anybody. Will not do anything but shoot up in the air. But for Jack, since he can fly, I'm like, oh, I see a Jack 6. I see a Jack 6.
Like a G6.
Like a G6. It's
Yeah,
my
shoot
God.
him!
Get him!
Shoot him!
Shoot him!
Get him!
Shoot
Wait,
him!
wait, what's
You can't
happening
shoot him, dude!
here? Okay, let's try it again.
Oh,
Go.
dude.
That's me up.
Get him!
Shoot him!
Get him! Oh, it's a Jack 6! There we go.
God.
All right, so, we gotta get him in there. Oh, let's see if we can juggle it. Ooh. No, recovers too slow.
Worth
But,
it.
yeah, his health.
Freeze!
It's it works really well against certain characters. One of them is Jack, and another one is Lee and Law. And the reason why is, and I'll tell you guys why, they like to
Gotta
do
pause
flip
it.
kicks. They like to do flip kicks away. If you're rushing down a Law player or a Lee player, they
There's
have
never been a law player that's ever been hit by a gun. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Never in Tekken 6 BR.
never.
Yeah.
Never in
Yeah.
Tekken 6
Never.
BR.
Never.
Never.
VR.
So I mean,
Never.
it does happen. I mean, if you really want to use it, I guarantee you in tournament though, if you're playing on console,
Customs are not allowed.
customs
You're right.
are not allowed, so you won't be able to use it. Another one of his really cool item moves is forward 1+2 grab. To get it, you have to have a leather jacket from one of his item moves, and that's the one I'm wearing right now. What it does is puts the opponent in handcuffs. Look at Jack 6's arms. Wow, they're so big. Really cool for enter if they can't break throws, especially 1+2
Handcuffs!
throws.
I just shot you. Now you're going to jail.
Yeah. What else?
Yeah, and then if the throw isn't gonna kill him, the handcuffs don't come out. If it is gonna kill him, the handcuffs come out. And
Yeah. So
pretty much how it works.
All right, how do we beat Lei? That's the next section.
We'll get right to it.
All right, and we're finally here. Anti-Lei. How do we beat Lei? MYK, take it away.
Well, what's the first thing we want to look at?
Razor Rush. Let's start with Razor Rush.
Patented Lei offense defense move. So we have Razor Rush. He has the option of ending it with a mid or ending it with a low. Alright, if you want to just block the low, it's -17, so it's quite punishable actually from like pretty much every character. So almost every character gets a launch. But the thing is with this thing, you could beat both options with the simple, well not simple, but pretty difficult actually. You could step the last mid to the right with every character, other than probably like the fatties like Jack, Marduk, and like Kuma. But otherwise, pretty much every character can step the last mid to their right, and if you want to not worry about the low at the same time, you kind of fuzzy guard it, which is, it's kind of like an option select as well. You do one thing that covers both things, both options. So, and this is in a defensive option. So the way you beat it is sidestep right, and since I'm on 2P, I will be pressing up to go to my character's right. So I do sidestep up and then down back to block the low, and sidestep will beat the mid. So
Right, so the idea is that the sidestep right is going to beat his mid 4,
yep.
and then by stepping...
sidestep and then ducking, it will block the low.
Right.
It's very hard to do.
Yeah, the timing has to be pretty spot on because the low comes out so fast.
Just do the third hit of Razor Rush, and I'll show you that you could actually buffer a sidestep before the last move even comes out. Just do up to the third hit. I just tap up during the animation of it, and then he sidesteps after the move is done. One more time.
Actually, let's keep going.
Yeah, I just tap up during the animation of the move, and it'll step for me.
So when are you tapping up? Can you just say it when you tap it?
Now.
Okay.
Now.
Interesting.
Yeah. So generally you don't want to do it right away because he still has a 4th hit of Race Rush, so you want to tap it after the 4th hit.
Right.
And then tap down back to block the low at the same time. So we'll try to demonstrate that. Yeah, there you see I stepped the mid, and then in that case he whiffed, and I could launch him and kill him for it. But if he does the low, it actually tracks that way, so I have to, what I said earlier, is fuzzy guard it.
So again, it's very hard to do. So Leis, don't lose hope. I mean, this is something that they have to condition themselves
Definitely.
to.
I mean, even as tournament players, it's going to take a lot of practice.
Clutch situation, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, there's only been a certain select few that I've met in the tournament scene that can do this. So, so I'm still gonna use it. Anyone else as a Lei, should also use it as an ender. So don't lose hope.
Yeah, don't stop using a move just because one person punished
Right.
you, or punished you just once. Keep
Yeah.
using it until they give you a reason to stop using it.
Right.
Right. Now, speaking about tournament stuff, Suiken played Ao in Japan recently, right? At MLG Grand Finals in Dallas, Texas. And Ao told us that, in Japan, the thing is, you go against a Lei player, you take 1P. Mike, you want to tell us why that is?
Yeah, this is because after Lei's down for 1+2, you're pretty much at it's not really a disadvantage, but he has he has options afterwards since he ends up in Tiger Stance. And if you attack, you get the parry, or if I try to attack back, you could take a step back and make it whiff if he makes me block it at the tip. So if that whiffs, he gets the free sweep. Or if I just don't want to deal with the sweep or the mid option in general, the thing about this move, the thing about 1P is that if you're in full crouch from 1P, you can only sidestep one way. So this is why it's good, because if you sidestep left to your character's left to Lei's right, it makes every option that Lei has miss. Yeah, so every option whiffs at that point, and since down for 1+2 puts you in full crouch, your only option is to sidestep up, and on 1P, up is left, and on 2P, up is right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if I'm on 2P, the sweep will actually hit me, and the 3 will hit me, and the 1 will hit me. So, being on 1P in this situation is a lot more advantageous to you.
Specifically for Lei's down forward 1+2.
Well, another thing Lei players like to use is 4-4-3. It crushes jabs from a distance. It tracks really well from afar, but one thing you could do is if you're close and he wants to throw it out, which is probably not what he's going to do anyways, but you could step it both ways. Yeah, but the problem is that from afar, it's a lot harder to step. It's pretty much impossible to step to your right from afar, so it's going to scoop you up every day, all the time. I don't even know what I'm saying. Every day, all the time.
All day, every day.
There we go.
But when you're about that range, it is possible to sidewalk it left. However, it is very difficult.
Yes.
You have to time it basically,
Right
very
when
strict.
it's about to hit
And if he extends the dash on the second forward, he's going to track you a lot better.
Yeah, if he holds the second
If
forward.
he holds the second forward, because whenever you're sidestepping from afar and doing a dash, it realigns you. So that's pretty much why it's easier to track it with that move from that distance. See, if I'm holding forward, my character is always just going to follow him. So even if he's trying to sidestep. Yeah, see, that's why 4-4-3 you could kind of make it track from a distance.
All right, so is there anything else that we need to talk about Anti-Lei?
I think you should.
I mean, that sounds like pretty good stuff already. I mean, basic stuff, obviously.
I think you should really study up on his stances, because if you notice, every single stance has either a meaty low, or a launching low, or a meaty mid and a launching mid. So you got to know what you want to block or what you want to take. Most of the time, I'll take the hit, but not the launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty accurate, I think.
If you absolutely have to guess, that's the way you want to go.
Yeah, take the less damage.
And after we covered the stances today, I realized that I don't know anything about this character.
Also the thing too,
it's really hard.
The lows, like his down back 4-4 and his Panther 1-2, you have to also look at your situation with the wall.
Right.
Because if down back 4-4 and you're like range 2 or 3 from the wall, you're getting splatted and
You're
binded.
gonna fly onto the wall.
Yeah, so if you're too close, it doesn't happen. You could tech right away. But
Right.
But from that certain distance, you know, it's like that low is so much more payout in that situation. So
So yeah, really learning your distances from the wall or Lei's distances from the wall
Yeah.
to be able to read the Lei player better.
if you absolutely have to take damage, just backdash into the wall and take the low if you have to.
Yeah, and as we said
Yeah.
earlier, also jumping back out of in certain situations.
Yeah, it could help. Yeah.
You know, like that trip you didn't like that tracks 360
all the time.
all the time.
All day, every day.
All day.
All right, is that about it then?
That's pretty much about it.
Anti-Lei stuff.
Razor Rush animals.
What?
Razor Rush into animal stances.
Stances.
What about him?
Oh, you could, as long as you block Razor Rush, you could stop any animal stance with a 12 frame mid.
Unless you get hit.
Oh.
Oh,
If you-
Oh,
the third
okay,
hit
okay,
then
okay,
on
okay.
the
No, if you block any part, I mean, if you like does.
If he does 1-2 and then he does the 4-1-2-3, it'll counter hit even a jab. So
Really?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Do not.
No, the 4-1, but not
Yeah,
after
if
the
he-
third jab or fourth jab, right?
after the third
That's
or
what we're
fourth
saying?
one, you
Yeah.
could interrupt it with mids. Like
What about
I
the
think
first
13
one?
or 14 frame mids you can
Yeah,
interrupt.
I
with.
use 13 too.
Yeah,
I want to say.
but after the first or second one, you can't stick a mid in there, or
Okay.
you're gonna get counter hitted by 4-1. You know, after the second one, 4-1-2-3 from Tiger, which does huge damage.
Oh, snake strikes.
Or
Yeah.
stink strikes. I believe the first hit actually slightly high crushes too, for the 2. So you know it's pretty much if he does 3, hit him with a mid, unless if the third one is counter hit. Other than that, you can interrupt.
Oh, then, if he does 2, you should down jab because
Yeah, pretty much.
it's usually high,
Yeah.
quick high.
Alright.
Well, unless unless your back's at the wall and then the 2 kind of takes a step back and then you get wall splatted. So
That sounds dangerous.
it's
But it's okay. So
Okay,
we're
let's
saying
not
though,
put that in.
well, no, hold on. So we're
It's bad.
saying no. This is a good conversation, I think. So we're saying after the second hit of Razor Rush, down jab in the open.
yeah, pretty much.
After the third hit of Razor Rush,
Do a 13 frame.
13 frame mid, right? Now after the fourth hit of Razor Rush, if he goes into what stance is that?
Tiger.
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 Like if he does anything, do you get a guaranteed hop kick? I mean, this is something
You could block right away. You could do
he can.
fourth
No,
hit.
if he does anything. I'm
Yes,
saying if he
yes.
doesn't block and you do a hop kick, it's guaranteed, right?
If he presses a button.
If he does an attack out of
It
the
also depends on which side he sidesteps, because if he sidesteps right and you hop kick, it's
Yeah.
gonna whiff.
really.
Yeah.
Because you can.
Okay, so
transition
if he
up.
decides not to do a defensive thing after the fourth hit, if he goes offensive
Yeah.
on you,
Yes.
then a hop kick is going to beat him after fourth hit. It's just a general stat that I noticed. It gets me a launcher a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so I like that strat.
Okay.
Anything else?
Does it get any more technical than that?
I don't know. That was pretty good. I liked
Yeah.
it. You know, something we didn't mention actually. Lei has certain strings that end in highs or are punishable, right? That we haven't really covered.
Well, we kind of talked about his 4-4-3-4. You know, like that mix up. It's like, okay, should I go for the Punisher? Or yeah, even that string. If that string up close, you can actually step the third hit to your right.
Wait, which string?
The
Melting punches.
What is that move called?
Melting punches.
Melting punch.
From far away, it doesn't do that guard stun thing.
Yeah.
It just goes into like a regular razor rush. Well, let's show him from far away.
Yeah.
First hit whiffs. Yeah. And it just goes into a regular razor
Yeah,
rush.
sorry.
But up close, it gives a block stun animation. And the third hit, you can step it right
Yep.
and launch him for it.
Take like
Yeah.
that.
What are the high strings he has? We should show those really quick. Oh, yeah, just say it and then do it.
Then he also has that
that.
string. So you can kill him for that, or his back turn 1-1-3-1 or something.
Oh yeah.
There's a low in there.
Low right there.
Third hit.
1, 1, 3, 2.
Right.
It's low high at the end.
Oh, okay. 2 chances.
Yeah. Back 4-1. You can kind of see if he's doing the follow up because he kind of winds up his shoulder for the
Right, and
follow-up, so
there's
he
no other follow up from that,
yeah,
right?
It's
He
only
can just
high.
duck,
Yeah.
but he can end up back turn as well. So,
Yeah.
That's pretty.
and if you're just waiting for that and then you do
Right.
a stick out a move, you get killed.
I mean, but in general, these are high strings that people
Yeah.
should know and should
Also-
always duck.
Yeah, and
down forward 1-1, it jails, but
on whiff.
on whiff you can duck it. So
And
yeah.
also down back 4-4 on whiff.
Oops.
Yeah, stay ducking,
Mhm.
kill him for it. There's also, down forward 1-1-1. Let's say you block it, go for the 10 frame Punisher, because down forward 1-1 is -10. Then you get hit, wall splatted, die.
Okay.
And then it's also is 1 + 2, 1.
1+2-1, but you don't want to duck that all the time because you can do 1+2-2. Yeah,
Right.
It's like a big, uppercut.
Mhm.
You die for that. So it's just knowing about the character. Up forward 3+4, and then the follow up. I forgot what it is. Up forward 3+4, 4 or something.
Yeah.
You step it.
Alright.
And what else is there? think that's pretty much about it. You know, we discussed the Razor Rush thing. Oh, that's like Tekken 2.
We'll show it anyway, man. I'm telling you, man. Down 2-3 still works, dude.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of
cancel
moves.
for it, so it can get a little tricky. You know, you want to low parry it, but it's like, oh no low parry until. But you know, one little backdash out of there will save you. Let's say he does that, like 3-3, and then cancels it and tries to go for a back turn mix-up. You can just backdash and then block low,
Cancel
and then up back. Yeah. The up kick will whiff, but if he does the sweep, you'll block it if you just duck it. So
Interesting.
there's nothing really damaging he could do other than like back turn.
And also that the back turn mid into the mid launcher that way he's like on the floor.
Yeah, things like minus 17 or 18.
Right, a lot of people don't know that's launch punishable, right?
Yeah, it's pretty bad, and it's only on counter hit as well. So
Yeah, that one right there,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I've seen a lot of players, you know, go against Lei block it and be like, Jack, you know, it's like
Yeah.
it's
Also,
something you got to be aware of.
good thing. Well, I mean, that move is very punishable and it's true, and it's also very delayable.
Delayable, right, yeah.
So I mean, this by itself, holding back keeps you back turn. So the opponent's guessing like mid, you stay back turn. So you have a back turn game from here. You know, making them guess. If they feel like they're gonna not dug, you can back turn grab, force them to stand, do another back turn down one. If you think they're gonna do something else, you can delay that. But it is. Look how delayable that is.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, see, when I see that, I see his leg twitch and I know the next hit's coming. You know, and then I know
Yeah.
to just block and punish him.
Yeah, but that's a condition thing because
yeah.
you
have to have played that character.
Yeah,
I guess so.
multiple
Yeah.
times.
Well, so there, if you see the leg twitch,
Yeah.
There's another thing too that. Go ahead.
Oh, the move I hate the most, the low. You actually have to punish that late because it's so
Right.
low to the
he
ground.
stays
that
down there for a while.
Oh yeah, knockdown 3. No, knockdown 1.
The homing move one.
If you do it too early, it
Yeah.
just whiffs.
Yeah.
You have to wait.
But if you know do like slower move like delay hop kick, like you have to wait a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a big punch.
I mean, you can
on
still get the wall stand too as well. You just gotta wait
till he
really
stands up.
long.
That's
You have
why
a
I hate that move so
long time,
much.
so.
Yeah.
There's
No.
another thing like I wanted to talk about too is his one throw. A lot of people just think that the running stomp is guaranteed, but it's actually not. So you can actually side roll it.
But good.
There you
There
Yeah,
you
but
go.
then there's also another option. He leaves him back turn because he runs past you and you
Yeah.
can do back turn mix ups and stuff. So it's just another mind game, you know. But you know, a lot of people think, oh no, if I get up, I hit the tap. If I stay down, I hit the stomp. But it's
You do have an option.
yeah, you do have things you can do. So study.
Now, you know, I mean, we just talked about Anti-Lei stuff. Is there anything else you want to throw in for that, Al?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so I mean, there's something I noticed actually that's good for Lei. You know, I mean, this is something you do a lot. You spin away. I don't know how you're doing it, but you spin away and look for openings for 4-4-3. Exactly. There you go. So what is the notation for that? How do you do that?
Cool. So I mean, this is one of his simpler hitting back 3+4 puts him in back turn.
Okay.
At the same time, if you're holding down back, he spins away. While I'm doing this, when I'm doing this and holding down back right about here, I have 4-4-3 buffering already. So in this motion, like causing an attack to whiff,
Yeah, just
my
like that.
my 4-4-3 can launch. Oh, I do better on 6. So just like something like that.
Right.
So you know, that's really a good evasive attack because it ducks the highs, it gets you out of the situation. And if they try to throw a high like jabs, you can also do that and go into snake. You can, ooh, I almost hurt it actually. So you can do that into Panther and it'll pick up like this.
Yeah,
Full combo from there. So I mean, it's very useful if someone's really aggressive on an open stage. It works really well. Against
Yeah, I mean, I
everything.
noticed that that's like a really important part of your gameplay, and when that's failing, I feel like that's when you have difficulty.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I think it's still a great tactic for Lei players in general to have. You know, it's spacing and whiff punishing is just a generic Tekken tool that everyone needs to master, and I think Lei has some of the
He has
greatest
a little,
tools
he
for that.
has a little stance built in to help him out with that backdashing.
Yeah.
And then if he does back 3+4 and then down back, he gets another extra step. And if he's buffering 4-4-3 plus
Right.
4-4-3 and you whiff something, you're dead.
One of the best long range
Yeah.
launching
whiff
punishers.
punishers.
Exactly.
It's like
I
you're
think it is the best
creating the
long range.
whiff.
Yeah, exactly.
You're creating the whiff right there just
Yeah.
by doing that.
Yeah, I mean, he almost doesn't need a regular backdash cancel with that. It's close, but I mean,
at
it's
least
that
this one
good.
evades hides too.
Mhm.
And it's like it could have make mids whiff and stuff. So
Yeah, good
pretty
stuff.
dangerous.
Alrighty, so that about wraps up Lei. We gave you some good anti-Lei stuff there. You know, hopefully you got some good Lei knowledge overall from this episode. Suiken, anything you want to throw out there for the people out there learning the character still?
Yeah, definitely. Just to let you guys know, I mean, this episode isn't to debunk your learning skills with Lei or anything. It's actually here to teach you like his weakness, and his strong points. So keep learning, learn up those matchups, and dedicate yourself to his character if you really have fun. I enjoy Lei all the time, and I will always use Lei. But as you know, Tekken 2.
Right. Okay, you're right, exactly. Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
So,
Like, a lot of people don't know this, right? I mean, they think we filmed this episode, or the last episode like a couple months ago, but it was actually filmed a year ago, before Tekken Tag Tournament 2 was announced. So you're the first guest on here since it was announced. So tell us, who is going to be your teammate for Lei in Tekken Tag Tournament 2?
I'm going to have to say it's got to be a character with a really good mix-up game, because I think that's my mentality going in this game, and it's been proven time and time every time I play in tournaments. You know, making the opponent guess is my specialty, and that's what I'm going to keep doing, even for tag. So one of the better characters I think I would like is maybe Yoshi, you know, maybe Ling, or maybe Heihachi. He could be something really cool, you know.
Right. Oh, yeah, he's got that cool new mustache that everyone seems to love.
It's got a hairband. Dude.
Yeah.
But seriously, like, I mean, I know you've been playing other characters, right?
Yeah.
In this game, at least. You
Yeah.
know, Nina, Lee,
Bruce.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you don't have an interest in picking up one of those right now?
Well, because the way I see things is Nina's really good.
Okay.
Bruce is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And Lee's pretty good.
So you think they're all going to get nerfed?
I think they're going to take a little back seat.
So you're going to be a tier whore in the next game?
I don't think it's going to be a tier whore, because I think I've never been a tier whore.
Okay.
Since 5, Lei's awful. DR, he got a little better, but he's still not as good.
Okay.
And 6, you know, I just got really lucky and he became God. And then and then all of a sudden in BR he's been toned down. So, but for the better, though. I mean, I enjoy using all of his tools now. So I hope it stays the same. I hope things get fixed with Lei. But on the other hand, I'm really hoping for another character that has some kind of stance. Like maybe Sophina, maybe we'll have a better transition with her stances, something like that.
Okay.
So I might even, you know, go with like a two kind of straight up 2 mix up character.
Alrighty, cool. Alright, I guess that about wraps up this episode. You know, we got a lot of things coming up. We haven't been around for a while, but we're back. And check out our app on the App Store, Level Up Your Game. It's got a bunch of Tekken 6 data in there, just 99 cents. MYK provided all the data for that. Thanks a lot. Anything you want to add in there, Al?
I hate secondhand smoke.
Alright. Other than that, subscribe to our YouTube channel, you know, Level Up Your Game. We also have a Twitter account, Level Up Your Game. Check those out. We'll be keeping them updated. And I guess tune in next time to Level Up Your Game.